I'd be surprised if you haven't heard of Outlast before. It's a first-person survival horror made by a team of people who all worked in the AAA industry and wanted to make a horror title. And the game has a big problem. It's totally unoriginal. Let me give you a summary, see if it rings any bells. You play as a journalist, investigating an insane asylum, learning the story through finding pages, and capturing evidence on camera. You don't have any weapons, so you have to hide from enemies. And there's also paranormal stuff for some reason. And some pointless jump scares thrown in for good measure. Yeah, this game is so unoriginal, they should have put TV tropes in the credits. Wait a minute. Outlast is the definition of pop horror. It uses all these cliches so people who aren't as familiar with the genre look at it and see it as a great game for having so many scary things. But people who play horror games all the time will be bored to death by how predictable it is. It's kind of like how Avatar and Frozen got popular. No, someone let the controversial opinions out! Ah! My cabbages! So yeah, it's unoriginal, but that doesn't necessarily make it bad. Let's look at some pros and cons. Pro, it looks great. Except for that. A lot of horror games that look this good tend to put the scary things in the light to show off the graphics. I'm looking at you, Dead Space. But this game has great graphics, but still hides things in the darkness and keeps things mysterious. Con, the level design has a weird contrast between linear levels and areas where it gives you absolutely no indication of where you're supposed to go. Bro, there's a sequence near the end of the game that changes the gameplay significantly. It only lasts a few minutes, but it was so good that I had to mention it. Con, all the puzzle sections are the same. Find 2 or 3 things and go back to the start of the area while a patrolling enemy is around. Yay. Pro, the game isn't afraid to make jokes. I'm specifically talking about Dr. Traeger. Dude's hilarious, but they knew he would be scary enough when he's trying to kill you that his dark sense of humor doesn't take away from that. Con, there's no women in the game, and you spend the entire second half of the game in the female ward. Were the devs just too lazy to make a female character model? Or did all the guys just massacre the entire female ward and get rid of the evidence? I don't know. Also, on the subject of guys, too much male nudity. Do my eyes a favor and tone it down. But segue to the conclusion, if you don't play a lot of scary games, this one is pretty good. But if you're a horror veteran like me, the game is just too predictable to be enjoyable.
If they'd watch Prom Night, they'd save time. There's a formula to it. A very simple formula.